Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, June 17th, 2024. Big show today. We'll recap Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals, MLB, WNBA, soccer, Men's College World Series, AHL, golf, NASCAR, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the Stanley Cup Final. We have Game 4 to go over. The Edmonton Oilers kicked ass with an 8-1 victory over the Panthers to stave off elimination and the force of Game 5. Connor McDavid, of course, was number 1 started game with the goal and 3 assists. Dylan Holley, number 2 started game, 2 goals and an assist. And the number 3 started game with the goal and an assist was Matthias Janmark. So first period was pretty much all Edmonton. Janmark short-handed, Henrique. Then Vlad Tarasenko scored the lone goal for Florida. And Dylan Holloway. Second period, Connor McDavid, Darnell Nurse, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Third period, Holloway again, and McLeod. So a monster's performance to stave off elimination for Edmonton. Game 5 back in Sunrise will take place tomorrow, so we'll preview and pick the show on tomorrow's podcast, which is going to be very, very, very interesting. All right, now NBA Finals. We have Game 4 to go over, and the Mavericks also kicked ass with a 122-84 win over the Celtics to stay alive and to force a Game 5. Luka Doncic, 29 points in the win, along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Kyrie Irving, 21 points, 6 assists, 4 boards. Tim Hardaway had 5 threes off the bench. Derek Lively had 11 and 12. And on the flip side, Jaylen Brown stunk. He only had 10 points. Jason Tatum also stunk. He only had 15. I get it because, it was a blowout. Drew Holiday only had 10. Sam Hauser had 4 threes off the bench. Peyton Pritchard at 11, only 1 3 go. Kristaps Porzingis did not play. But I think there's a decent chance he's back tonight for Game 5, 8:30 ABC. Mike Breen, Doris Burke, JJ Redick, Lisa Salters on the call. I'm just going to ignore my projections because these playoffs have been absolute whack. I have Celtics 11 3/4, Celtics 27.5. And it is let's see, 6.5 and 209.5, so it's around the same number as it was for Game 2. So I picked Celtics in 6. But part of me thinks they close out tonight and have a bounce-back performance at home. So what am I going to do is I'm probably going to play Celtics money line with some baseball money lines. Let's see what that comes out to. And just cross your fingers and hope for the best. So I'll parlay Celtics money line with some other stuff. And my gut tells me they close out, but would it surprise me if Luka put up 50 and the Mavs won? No, not at all. All right, now we'll move on to baseball. We'll go over the results from the weekend. Look ahead to today's games. We'll start with Friday. Cards over the Cubs 3-0. Nats over the Marlins 8-1. Phils over the O's 5-3 and 11. Guardians over the Blue Jays 3-1. Yankees over the Red Sox 8-1. Mets over the Padres 2-1. Braves over the Rays 7-3. Reds over the Brewers 6-5. Astros over the Tigers 4-0. Twins over the A's 6-5 and 10 on a walk-off single by Max Kepler. Pirates over the Rockies 5-2. D-backs over the White Sox 7-1. Dodgers over the Royals 4-3. Mariners over the Rangers 3-2. And the Angels over the Giants 8-6. And then Saturday's results. Cubs over the Cards 5-1. Jays over the Guardians 5-0. Angels over the Giants 4-3. Nats over the Marlins 4-0. O's over the Phillies 6-2. Brewers over the Reds 3-1. Tigers over the Astros 13-5. Mets over the Padres 5-1. Braves over the Rays 9-2. Mariners over the Rangers 5-7 or 7-5. Sox over the Yankees 8-4. Royals over the Dodgers 7-2. Rockies over the Pirates 16-4. White Sox over the Diamondbacks. Wait, is that right? Wow, 9-2. All right, and then Sunday. Cards over the Cubs 2-1. Nats over the Marlins 3-1. O's over the Phillies 8-3. Rays over the Braves 8-6. Jays over the Guardians 7-6. Mets over the Padres 11-6. Brewers over the Reds 5-4. Astros over the Tigers 4-1. Doubleheader Game 1 Twins over the A's 6-2. Pirates over the Rockies 8-2. Giants over the Angels 13-6. D-backs over the White Sox 12-5. Dodgers over the Royals 3-0. Mariners over the Rangers 5-0. Doubleheader Game 2 Twins over the A's 8-7. And last but not least, the Red Sox over the Yankees 9-3 on Sunday Night Baseball. All right, tonight's game's not a lot. 6:40 Fox Sports 1 Reds Pirates. Carson Spires and Paul Skeens. You know who's going to be favored in this game. That's Pittsburgh. Wow. Minus 188. Reds plus 158 over under 8.5. Overs minus 04. Unders minus 118. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 134. Pirates minus 1.5 plus 112. I like the under a lot. Padres Phils. Randy Vasquez and Chris Sanchez. Phils minus 178. Padres plus 150 over under 9.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 130. Phils minus 1.5 plus 108. I like the over. Cards Marlins. Sonny Gray and Braxton Garrett. Cards minus 156. Marlins plus 132 over under 7.5. Overs plus 104. Unders minus 128. Cards minus 1.5 plus 106. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 128. I'm going to go with the over here at plus money. Next up, 7 o'clock, Red Sox Blue Jays. Nick Pivetta, Yasei Kikuchi. Jays minus 132. Sox plus 112 over under 7.5. Overs minus 132. Unders even money. Sox plus 1.5 is minus 184. Jays minus 1.5 plus 160. The Jays might be one of my legs with the Celtics tonight. I feel pretty good about that one because you know they're going to have a letdown after the Yankee series. So, under 3.5 Red Sox runs. Minus 102 is the pick. 7:20 Tigers Braves. Reese Olson, Max Fried. Braves minus 200. Tigers plus 168 over under 8. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 118. Braves minus 1.5 is minus 102. I'm going to go Braves on the run line, but I don't feel good about it. 8 o'clock, Mets Rangers. David Peterson, John Gray. Rangers minus 134, Mets plus 106, over under 8.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 100, Rangers minus 1.5 plus 164. I like the over at even money. Giants Cubs. Jordan Hicks and Javier Assad. Cubs minus 120, Giants plus 102, over under 10, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Giants minus 1.5 plus 158, Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 92. I don't understand why the books hate Javier Assad so much. He's not bad. I like the under. Dodgers Rockies. James Paxton, Cal Quantrill. Dodgers minus 176, Rockies plus 148, over under 12, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 114, Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 105. A team I advise not to put in a parlay with the Celtics tonight is the Dodgers. Not a big James Paxton fan. Cal Quantrill hasn't been bad on Colorado this year. I'm actually going to take the Rocks outright plus 148 against the Dodgers. 9:30 Brewers Angels. Carlos Rodriguez and Jose Soriano. Brewers minus 112. Angels minus 104, over under 8.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Brewers minus 1.5 plus 140. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm going to lay to minus 112 with the Milwaukee Brewers on the road. All right, now move on to the WNBA. We have a lot of results to go over from the weekend and look ahead to tonight. And none of them were Commissioner's Cup. And I thought they were, so that's my bad. So Friday, Mystics over to Sky, 83-81. Lynx over to Sparks, 81-76. Saturday, Liberty over to Aces, 90-82 in the finals rematch. Sun over to Wings, 85-67. Then Sunday, Fever over to Sky, 91-83. Mercury over to Storm, 87-78. And the Dream over to Sparks, 87-74. One game tonight, 8 o'clock, Wings at the Lynx. The Lynx are a whopping 10-point favorite. Total is 165. That's way too many points. I get it. Dallas is only 3-9. The Lynx are 10-3. But anyway, I'm actually going to take the under, but I don't feel 100% about that one. So I'm going to go with the under in that spot. All right, now I'll move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from the weekend and look ahead to everything going on today. We'll start with the Euros. Friday, Germany over Scotland, 5-1 in Group A play. Saturday, Switzerland over Hungary, 3-1 in Group A play. Group B, Spain over Croatia, 3-0. Also Group B, Italy over Albania, 2-1. And yesterday, Group D, the Netherlands come back from 1-0 down to beat Poland, 2-1. Group C, Slovenia, Denmark, 1-1 draw. And also Group C, England over Serbia, 1-0. Going on right now, about to end, Romania and Ukraine. Remains up 3-0. And that is Group E. And at noon on Fox Sports 1 is Belgium and Slovakia. That is also Group E. Belgium's minus 220. Slovakia is 6-1. The draw is plus 330. Belgium should win. We're going to go under 2.5 goals at minus 102. 3 o'clock on Fox, Austria, France. That is Group D. France minus 75. Austria is 5-1. The draw is plus 310. For this one, I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 118. MLS from the weekend. Friday, Columbus over NYCFC 3-2. Saturday, Atlanta, Houston 2-2 draw. CF Montreal, Salt Lake 0-0 draw. Charlotte over DC 1-0. New England over Vancouver 3-2. Red Bulls Nashville 0-0 draw. LAFC over Orlando 3-1. Miami over Philly 2-1. I told you guys the other day that I was shocked that Miami was a dog, but Messi didn't play. So that makes sense. It's funny, Philly scored right away, and then Miami pulled away. Chicago over Toronto 4-1. Dallas over St. Louis 2-0. Colorado over Austin 2-0. Galaxy over KC 4-2. Cincy over San Jose 4-2. And Seattle over Minnesota 2-0. I'm quickly going to see if other soccer that USL Friday, Loud in Vegas 1-1 draw. Saturday, Detroit over Charleston 2-0. Hartford over Pittsburgh 2-0. Indy over San Antonio 1-0. Tampa over Louisville 3-2. Memphis over New Mexico 2-1. Colorado over Orange County 4-2. El Paso Phoenix 1-1 draw. Oakland over Sacramento 3-2. And then yesterday, North Carolina over Montgomery Bay 2-0. Women's, Friday, KC Chicago 2-2 draw. Saturday, Gotham over Louisville 2-0. Washington San Diego 1-1 draw. North Carolina Orlando 0-0 draw. Houston Angel City 0-0 draw. And then yesterday, Seattle Portland 0-0 draw. And Utah over Bay FC 1-0. All right, international friendlies. Argentina over Guatemala 4-1. Peru over El Salvador 1-0. That was Friday. Saturday, Colombia over Bolivia 3-0. Then USL League 1. Forward Madison, South Georgia 0-0 draw. And Central Valley, Richmond 1-1 draw. And then international friendly, Ecuador over Honduras 2-1. And Paraguay over Panama 1-0. We do have USL League 1 tonight at 9 o'clock, Northern Colorado and 1 Knoxville. So, I'm going to touch on that really quickly. Let's see if there's even odds up for it. No. Oh, wait. Northern Colorado's minus 125. The over-under is 2.5. So, we'll go with the over. Have some fun. So, there you have it for your soccer men's college World Series. We also have to talk about from the weekend. Friday, double elimination round. 4C North Carolina over 12C Virginia 3-2 on yet another walk-off. Vance Honeycutt walk-off single. And then double elimination round. 1C Tennessee over 8C Florida State 12-11. That was also a walk-off. On a single by Dylan Dreeling. And then Saturday, we had 2 other double elimination games. 2C Kentucky over 10C NC State 5-4, and 10 on yet another walk-off on a home run by Mitchell Daly. And then double elimination 3C Texas A&M over Florida 3-2. A game that actually wasn't a walk-off. Elimination game yesterday. 8-seed Florida State over 12-seed Virginia 7-3. And double elimination 1-seed Tennessee over 4-seed North Carolina 6-1. All right, today 2 o'clock. Elimination game. Florida 10-seed. NC State 2 o'clock on ESPN. I'm sure we have some lines up. Yeah. Florida's favorite minus 142. NC State's plus 112 over under 9.5. Over's minus 122. Under's minus 108. Florida minus 1.5 plus 116. NC State plus 1.5 is minus 152. I'm going to take NC State plus 112. I get it. Florida has the home run king in Claglianone. He's just been a machine. But NC State's a better team, so I'm going to take them at plus money. 7 o'clock on ESPN, 3C Texas A&M, 2C Kentucky. So, 2 SEC teams here. Double elimination round. A&M's minus 136, Kentucky's plus 106, over under 9.5. Over's minus 110, under's minus 120. A&M minus 1.5 plus 122 to Kentucky plus 1.5 is minus 160. I like the over at minus 110. All right, now move on to the Calder Cup final. we had Game 1 Friday, Game 2 yesterday. So Game 1, Coachella Valley wins by a score of 4-3 to take a 1-0 series lead. Hershey had the lead early. Joe Snively scored to make it 1-0 early. Then John Hayden scored for Coachella, and Ryan Winterton scored for Coachella. Then Coachella went up 3-1 on a goal by Winterton again. And then Hardy, Heyman, Octel scored for Hershey to make it 3-2. Then John Hayden scored for Coachella to make it 4-2. And then Hershey on the power play got within 4-3 with less than 2 minutes to go. Hendricks Lockbriere scored to make that 4-3. So Coachella Valley now has home ice. And then yesterday, Hershey bounces back with a 5-2 win over Coachella Valley. I mean, you knew that Game 1 was kind of going to be a letdown for Hershey after that overtime win. So I had a feeling this was going to be 1-1, but I actually thought that Hershey was going to win Game 1 and Coachella was going to be rusty. So, that's a 1-1 series. So, Ivan Mishernenko scored first for Hershey to make it 1-0. And then Luke Henman scored for Coachella to make it 1-1. Then Jimmy Huntington scored to make it 2-1 Hershey in the second. And then Pierrick Dubé made it 3-1. Then the third, Marian Studenik made it 3-2. Wow, Shane Wright's playing for this team. He was number one, or not the number one pick, but a high draft pick for the Kraken. So that made it 3-2. Wright had the assist on that goal, and then Hershey puts it away. Hammond Octel made it 4-2, and then he scored the empty netter to make it 5-2. And the empty netter, by the way, was shorthanded. So impressive Game 2 win for Hershey. Series shifts to Coachella tomorrow night. So we'll preview and pick game number 3 on the podcast tomorrow. Now we'll move on to golf. We will look back at the Open results and your winner. With the score. I don't understand why I'm not getting the results. They usually come up. Here we go. So, with the score of 6 under, Bryson DeChambeau. He was obviously my pick to win the PGA. Second with 5 under, Rory McIlroy. Tied for third, 4 under, Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau. Fifth, 3 under, Matthew Pavon. 6th, 2 under, Hideki Matsuyama. Tied for 7th, 1 under, Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele. Tied for 9th and even, Corey Connors, Davis Thompson, Sam Burns. Tied for 12th, 1 over, Ludwig Gilberg, Sergio Garcia. Tied for 14th, 2 over, Thomas Dietrich, Colin Morikawa. Tied for 16th, 3 over, Tommy Fleetwood, Bahita, Taylor Pendrith. 19th, 4 over, Ty Aaron Rice, Sharon, and Shane Lowry. 21st with 5 over, Max Grieserman, Daniel Bergerman, Wu Lee, Brian Harmon, Stefan Yeager. Tied for 26th with 6 over, Brooks Koepka, Neil Shipley, Chris Kirk, Zach Blair, Tyrell Hatton, Tom Kim. Tied for 32nd with 7 over, Adam Scott, Sahith Thiglia, Siwoo Kim, Keegan Bradley, JT Potson, Christian Ziedenhout, Cam Smith, Isaiah Salinda, Denny McCarthy. Tied for 41st with 8 over, Harry English, Jordan Spieth, Frankie Capon, Tom McKibben, Scotty Scheffler, Emiliano Grillo, Tim Whiting, Luke Clanton, Billy Horschel. Tied for 50th with 9 over, Justin Lauer, Matt Kuchar, Mark Hubbard, Nikolai Hosier. 54th, 10 over, Nico Acavaria. 55th with 11 over, David Puig. Now we do notables. Tied for 56th with 12 under, S.H. Kim, Ben Close, Ryan Fox, Grayson Sieg, Sepp Straka, Adam Svensson, Wyndham Clark. 64 to 13 over Matt Fitzpatrick. 10 for 67 to 14 over Brendan Todd, Cam Young. 74 to 20 over Austin Eckroat. Among those cut, Victor Hovland, Eric Cole, Justin Rose, Max Homa, Peter Malnati, Tiger, Adam Hadwin, Kurt Katayama, Seamus Power, Taylor Moore, Cheston Headley, Eric Van Rooyen, Tom Hogue, Will Zalatoris. That was my pick. Webb Simpson, Nick Taylor, Jason Day, Ricky Fowler, Cam Davis, Victor Perez, Dustin Johnson, Mac Meisner, B.U. Hostler, Gary Woodland, Sanjay M., Adam Schenk, Justin Thomas, Harry Higgs, Adrian Murdoch, Jake Knapp, Lucas Glover, Mackenzie Hughes, Phil Mickelson, and there you have it for the U.S. Open. I have no idea what the next tournament is. So the next one's the Travelers from Connecticut. So we'll preview and pick that. Coming up in the week. All right, now move on to NASCAR. We'll go over the results from the weekend. We'll begin with Xfinity from Iowa. Your winner was Sam Meyer. Second, Riley Herbst. Third, Corey Heim. Fourth, Sam Smith. Fifth, Sheldon Creed. Sixth, Cole Custer. Seventh, Matthew Benedetto. Eighth, Chandler Smith. Ninth, Ross Chastain. 10th, Daniel Dye. The rest, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Sieg, Wallace Honeyman, Ryan Ellis, Anthony Alfredo, Joey Gase, David Starr, Brett Moffitt, Kyle Sieg, Josh Williams, Jeremy Clements, Dawson Cram, Parker Emmerling, Jeb Burton, Haley Deegan, Gary Smithley, John Hunter Nemechek, Brennan Poole, Austin Hill, Justin Algeier, Jesse Love, Parker Retzlaff, Kyle Weatherman, Shane Van Gisbergen, Blaine Perkins, Ben Jones, AJ Allmendinger. And in the Cup Series, your winner was Ryan Blaney. Coming in second was William Byron. Third, Chase Elliott. Fourth, Chris Bell. Fifth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Sixth, Joey Logano. Seventh, Josh Berry. Eighth, Alex Bowman. Ninth, Daniel Suarez. 10th, Brad Keselowski. The rest, Ross Chastain, Todd Gilliland, Justin Haley, Carson Hocevar, Martin Truex Jr., Noah Gragson, Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoie, Tyler Riddick, Michael McDowell, Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, John Hunter Nemechek, Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Hemrick, Austin Cindric, Zane Smith, Eric Jones, Kaz Grella, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, and AJ Allmendinger. Next up is New Hampshire for Xfinity. All right, next I'm going to do my latest NBA mock draft. I'm going to go 1 through 30, as I do each and every time. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, the Atlanta Hawks. Zacher Risacher, forward, France. A lot of people think that they're going to take Alex Starr, but Risacher, I could see it as well. He's versatile, sharpshooter, but he probably isn't going to be the savior that a team usually gets at first overall. But it's worth the risk for the Hawks in a weaker draft. 2, the Washington Wizards. Alex Starr, center, France. The Wizards here take the player many feels the best in the class in Starr. An elite rim protector, excels at pick and rolls. Starr and Bilal Coulibaly make a nice foundation for the Wiz. 3, the Houston Rockets from the Brooklyn Nets. Reed Sheppard, guard, Kentucky. Courtesy of the James Harden trade, the Rockets end up with the top 3 pick. Sheppard's a perfect player for today's NBA with his shot creativity, athleticism, and passing. Sheppard has the upside to be another blue chipper from the draft. 4, the San Antonio Spurs. Stephon Castle, guard, Connecticut. The Spurs need the most help at either guard position, and Castle makes sense here. Castle's stock rose because of the NCAA tournament. He has the size and two-way play that can make him a star in a draft that isn't perceived to have stars. 5, the Detroit Pistons. Cody Williams, guard forward, Colorado. The Pistons need more young building blocks to go around Cade Cunningham, and Williams here makes sense. He has great all-around play with his three-point shooting, defense, and playmaking upside. 6, the Charlotte Hornets. Matas Buzelis, forward, Ignite. The Hornets need more help around Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball, and Buzelis would be an interesting fit. He's somebody that can help space the floor and score. That is something that the Hornets can use. 7, the Portland Trailblazers. Donovan Clingan, center, Connecticut. Clingan also benefited from being on back-to-back national champions. He can go even higher than this. I like to fit on the Blazers and go with Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson. And Clingan plays super hard and has solid all-around game. 8, the San Antonio Spurs from the Toronto Raptors. Rob Dillingham, guard, Kentucky. Courtesy of the Jakob Poeltl trade from a while back, the Spurs end up with the second lottery pick. Dillingham would benefit from playing in the Spurs system with his scrappiness and efficiency. 9, the Memphis Grizzlies. Dalton Knecht, guard, Tennessee. Knecht became in play to be a lottery pick after the fantastic season he had with the Vols. Knecht could start alongside John Moran or even come off the bench and provide a scoring punch and could be slotted on or off the ball. 10, the Utah Jazz. Isaiah Collier, guard, USC. Collier was thought out to be a top 5 pick from a talent standpoint, but injuries and inconsistencies have hurt his stock. His game could translate to the league, and Collier, along with Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler, would be interesting. 11, the Chicago Bulls. Ron Holland, forward, Ignite. The Bulls are one of the more interesting teams when it comes to the draft, considering they feel like a franchise at a crossroads. Holland brings defense, energy, and versatility to the table, as well as high upside, despite not having a great season in the G League. 12, the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Houston Rockets. Tijani Saloon, wing, France. The Thunder end up with the lottery pick courtesy of the Russell Westbrook Chris Paul trade all those years back. Saloon has potential and upside to be a solid all-around player, as he showed in the LNB Pro A League playoffs. 13, the Sacramento Kings. Nikola Topic, guard, Serbia. If Topic didn't tear his ACL, he'd be talked about as a possible top 5 pick. This would be a fun but risky pick for the Kings, as Topic has great all-around play with his passing and playmaking and has great size for a guard as well. 14, the Portland Trailblazers from the Golden State Warriors. Devin Carter, guard, Providence. Apparently Carter got a promise from a lottery team that they'd pick him, but maybe it's the Blazers and they want to move Anthony Simons or Shaedon Sharpe. The Blazers need shooting in the worst way, and Carter can hit it from 3, and he is an excellent defender. 15, the Miami Heat. Jared McClain, guard, Duke. I feel that there is a good chance this pick is traded for veteran help, but if not, McCain isn't a bad choice. He has good IQ and shot really well in the combine. 16, the Philadelphia 76ers. Jacoby Walker, guard, Baylor. Walker makes sense here for Philly if they were to keep the pick, since they can use some young shooting off the bench. Walker isn't the best athlete, but he has a solid skill set and good length. 17, the Los Angeles Lakers. Zach Edey, center, Purdue. There was a world where Edey is picked higher than this, heck, even in the lottery, considering he was back-to-back player of the year. I like to fit with the Lakers, as he can help ease minutes for LeBron and Anthony Davis with his interior play. 18, the Orlando Magic. Tyler Kolek, guard, Marquette. This would be a decent pick for the Magic, who can use some guard depth. Kolek is a wizard with the ball, and he is a good decision maker as well. 19, the Toronto Raptors from the Indiana Pacers. Kel'el Ware, center, Indiana. The Raptors get this pick in the Pascal Siakam trade, and the Raptors go to the position of need pick with Ware. He's a great athlete and has massive frame, and he'd also help space the floor and protect the rim. 20, the Cleveland Guardians. Johnny Furphy, guard, Kansas. The Cavs are a strong candidate to trade their pick for veteran help if they were to keep the pick. Furphy would be an interesting long-term play. He's good in transition, has a solid 3-point shot. 21, the New Orleans Pelicans from the Milwaukee Bucks. Yves Missi, center, Baylor. The Pelicans get this pick in the pick swap in the Drew Holiday trade a while back. Missi is someone that provides good rim protection and defensive upside. 22, the Phoenix Suns. Deron Holmes, the second, forward, Dayton. There are talks about Holmes getting a late first-round promise from someone, and the Suns make some sense. Holmes can stretch the floor and shoot it from 3, and that's what the Suns can use off the bench. 23, the Milwaukee Bucks from the New Orleans Pelicans. Tyson George, forward, Miami. This will be an interesting pick for the Bucks as they add much-needed youth. He excels at spacing the floor and knockdown shooting. 24, the New York Knicks. Ryan Dunn, forward, Virginia. From the Dallas Mavericks, by the way. This would be a solid pick for the Knicks as they can use some depth at power forward. Dunn is someone that's a good defender, and Tom Thibodeau would love a player like Dunn. 25, the New York Knicks. Tyler Smith, forward, Ignite. Barring a trade with their second pick in a row, the Knicks get more forward depth with Smith. He has good length and has a decent jump shot. 26, the Washington Wizards. Jalen Tyson, guard, Cal. With their second first rounder, the Wizards go with an interesting prospect in Tyson. He has shown a good scoring touch despite his height. 27, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Justin Edwards, forward, Kentucky. The T-Wolves can use some forward depth here, so Edwards makes sense. Despite inconsistencies at Kentucky, Edwards showed flashes at the Combine that can make him a late first rounder. 28, the Denver Nuggets. Kyle Filipowski, center, Duke. I'm not sure if I like this pick for Denver, considering he'd be playing behind Nikola Jokic and not have the minutes. Filipowski has the mobility and shooting to succeed. 29, the Utah Jazz from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacomi the Diet, forward, Germany. This would be an interesting possible draft and slash possibility for the Jazz or whomever selects the Diet. He is one of the youngest players in the draft and has good all-around skills. And 30, the Boston Celtics. Baylor Schwierman, guard, Creighton. Depending on how the draft board falls, I can totally see the Celtics trading out of this pick. Schwierman has shown playmaking and three-point shooting ability to be a player in the league. So, there you have it for the mock draft. Now I'm going to do the news and notes for today. So, a lot of things to get into here. So, Joey Chestnut says that he'll be ready. He's still hoping to compete in the July 4th hot dog competition. Klay Thompson wipes Warriors from Instagram as he deleted 2022 finals posts and unfollowed the Warriors account. Yikes. Fans love to do this every day so they can get their moment of fame on Twitter and to get recognized on Bleacher Report, and for people like me to shout them out on news and notes. There's some speculation that Joel Embiid is recruiting Paul George as he describes what the Sixers can do this offseason while sitting next to Paul George. How about this? Kyrie never wanted the Celtics trade, as he admits he never fully bought into the Celtics' pride after the trade from the Cavs. And Jason Kidd questions Boston's mentality after the Game 4 blowout. Kyrie backs Luka after Game 4 as he praised Luka after overcoming media criticism. Charles Barkley says that the Celtics' approach was unprofessional in Game 4. Draymond Green says it's effing hilarious that Klay unfollowed the Warriors on Instagram as he downplayed it. And speaking of Charles Barkley, that's arguably the biggest story of the weekend, is that he announced his retirement, that he'll retire after next season. So, he knows that it's over for Turner. That's what that tells me. He knows that Turner's NBA is all but finished, and that NBC and Amazon are getting the other packages. But he'll be missed. Sahin was named the Dortmund coach as he signs contract until 2027. There's some talk that the Rams tried to move up in the first round in the draft. Jaden Daniels' rookie deal, 4 years, $37.75 million, fully guaranteed contract with a $24.3 million signing bonus. Tyrese Halliburton ready for Team USA this summer. He said his hamstring is good, leading up to the Olympics. Tennessee's Christian Moore becomes the first player since 1956 to hit a cycle for the men's college World Series game. That's amazing. We have some college stuff. So Hawkins commits to Kansas State. Transfer from Illinois picks Kansas State in lucrative $2 million NIL deal. Michigan lands a 4-star safety, Keona Wilson, as he picks Michigan over Penn State, Oregon, and UNC. T.Y. Hilton's son to Wisconsin, Eugene Hilton Jr., considered the 63rd best wide receiver in the nation. The Atlanta Hawks really like Donovan Clingan. Dan Hurley says he had conversations with Atlanta about Clingan. Rob Dillingham pulling for the Spurs as he's campaigning to join Wemby in San Antonio. The Spurs may trade up. They're eyeing Zakir Riasher. How about this? Zach Edey won't be at the draft as he declined an invitation to be with his family and teammates. The Mavs are interested in Bronny James. They'll have interest in pick 58, but thinks it's extremely unlikely he'll fall. The Pistons likely keeping Monty Williams, expected to return for second season despite changes in the front office. There's talks about the Hawks could trade the number 1 pick as they're considering trading down for Donovan Clingan as the team explores its options. The Nets are not trading Mikal Bridges as they have zero interest in dealing with Mikal. Don't always buy into those. Remember, the Blazers were in trading Dame. So, yeah. The Cavaliers are hesitant to trade Jared Allen as Donovan Mitchell doesn't want to lose Jared as a teammate. They have to do something, though. The Knicks are not pushing for Paul George as they never seriously pursued Paul George. But I'm trying to think of why, but the only reason I can come up with is that they want someone that fits Jalen Brunson's timeline. JJ questioned about Lakers' job as Redick's associates have asked if he seriously wants to pursue head coaching role, and he had a formal meeting on Saturday to discuss the vacancy. So Jason Hayward says it's possible he could play for another team next season amid contract talks. The Cowboys are making that a priority, as Prescott's contract will be prioritized before talks with Micah and CeeDee Lamb. Oof. Green Bay to work on a deal with Jordan Love, as they want a cleaner situation with him as sides negotiate extension. Miami and Tua are in the ballpark as the Dolphins have been in talks with Tua on an extension, and the Dolphins want to pay him. The Vikings are confident in Sam Darnold. How about this? T. Higgins is staying with the Bengals as he officially signs the franchise tag there. Expected to report to camp. Long-term deal still unlikely. So how about this? Tepper, the Panthers owner, advised to lay low as he told to stay out of the fray amid stadium renovation funding surge. Oof. Tom Brady was in the booth for the UFL championship yesterday. So the Dodgers have had a rough weekend. Mookie Betts' wrist fracture will be out for some time. Will not see surgery, as he was hit by a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. And Yoshi Yamamoto exited the other day after 2 innings due to tricep tightness, 15-day IL. And he has a rotator cuff. Will not be season-ending, so that's good news for the Dodgers. So they dodged a bullet a little there. More bad news for the Braves. Michael Harris on the injured list with a strained left hamstring. Jackson Holliday on the IL in AAA, dealing with right elbow inflammation. Not ideal. Kyle Bradish on the IL for the Orioles with the UCL sprain. That's a big loss for them. And the Phils activate Brandon Marsh as Weston Wilson opted into AAA. Alex Cora called out fans that were chanting "Let's go Yankees" at Fenway the other day. Umpire Pat Hoberg violated gambling rules as he faces discipline and intends to appeal MLB's decision following investigation. Not ideal. Les Miles is suing LSU as he believes school's decision to vacate Wentz has hurt his chance at College Football Hall of Fame. Deion denies concert rumors as he calls cap on report that he mandated his team to watch Shader open for Lil Wayne. The Astros release Jose Abreu as he still has $30 million on free agent contract that's guaranteed till next year. Yikes. The Nationals are receiving trade interest in Kyle Finnegan, Hunter Harvey, and Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas is going to help somebody. So there you have it for news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. This is a hard one. And where I decided to go was baseball. We're going to go back to the well and go under 10, minus 102 in Giants Cubs. Javier Estrada is a 2.81 ERA. Jordan Hicks ain't bad either. That's too high. I like under 10, Giants Cubs, minus 102. Best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking at everything tomorrow as well. Have a great day, everyone.